Hey guys, today I'm making something called the Greek chicken. I would like to call it the not so Greek chicken because while the inspiration of the dish is definitely great, I've added some quirks which are Indian and in some cases Bengali. So let's see how it comes out. So I'm starting with 9 pieces of chicken. So you can see these are whole legs without the skin. So what I've done first is I've washed them and patted them dry with a paper towel. Next I'm going to score these legs, so I'm just going to make some cuts over there. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. So 4 cuts on the chicken leg piece, and I'm also going to cut out the tendon over here. So there is this tendon, so this joint between the feet and the calf. So I am just cutting it out so that when it bakes, the tendons actually shrink when you bake a chicken, and if you don't cut it, the entire portion around this leg becomes a little shrunk. So to avoid that, I'm just making a small cut over here. So I've finished sort of scoring all the legs. Now time to marinate them. Marination time. So I'll just quickly show you the ingredients that I'm using for the marinade. So first of all, salt, crushed pepper. So don't crush them very finely, just keep them very rough. So roughly crushed pepper, around a tablespoon. So I have red chili powder, a clove of garlic. So this is actually Shahi Garam Masala. So even though it's a Greek sort of a recipe, but I still like using some of my Indian flavors. So this is a very typical Bengali Garam Masala that we all use. So this is from a company called Sunrise. So if you do not have this, you can also use nutmeg powder. I've got some fresh rosemary. If you do not have fresh, again you can use the dried ones. I've got some dry thyme, butter around 2 tablespoons. Please be generous with the butter because the entire baking is going to happen in the butter, and I'm not going to put anything outside of this when I'm going to bake it. So this is the only oil or fat that goes into the chicken apart from its own fat. So yeah, 2 tablespoons of that, and finally some lemon. Juice of 1 lemon is what I'm going to use. Now I'm going to mix them all. Yeah, so pepper goes in, salt goes in, chili powder goes in, garam masala just a little bit, thyme goes in, butter goes in, and finally I'm going to add the lemon. 1 and the second half. Now for the rosemary and the garlic, I'm just going to chop it into smaller pieces. I'm going to put it in. Chopping the garlic. Chopping the rosemary, I'm just going to take out leaves. Now I'm just going to mix it. I like using my hands when I'm mixing. So as you can see, everything is now mixed up properly. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of honey into this to give it a little bit sweetness, not too much, probably just a teaspoon or so. That's it. And this very nice fresh limes that we had, I'm just going to zest them and put a little bit of zest into this to just give it a little bit of, that lemon flavor. I love that flavor, so I'm just going to put that in a bit. Remember only to use the green part of the lemon. So if you zest the white part of the lemon, it's going to become very bitter. So just the top green part is what you need to put as zest. Okay, so all set. The marination is done. So I'm just going to cover the chicken with some aluminum foil and keep it in the refrigerator for a couple of hours for the marinade to get inside the chicken. Right, it's been about a couple of hours that I've put the marination into the fridge. So I'm just going to take it out now and start the next process. So first I'm going to put the oven into preheating. So I'm just going to switch that on. So chicken actually bakes at a high temperature, so I'm going to set it around at 220 degrees for let's say an hour. Yep, the chicken is marinated now, so time for another Indian pork. So I'm going to add some ginger garlic paste into it. So why I didn't add the ginger garlic paste into the marination is because when the chicken sits with this strong flavor of ginger and garlic, it tends to permeate into the chicken. So I'm just going to add it now just before I bake it. Alright, next step, I'm going to make my baking tray ready. So as you can see, I've got a very large tray so that all the chicken pieces get inside comfortably. I'm going to line it with some parsley. Okay, I've got the butter. I'm just going to use a brush to sort of coat the lower surface of the tray. Again, be generous, don't skimp on the butter over here because this is going to form the jus. Now let's line up the chicken pieces. Like I said, there are 9 of them, so I need to make sufficient space for all of them. Don't crowd them too much when you're putting it into the tray. So all my pieces have gone in right now, so this is how it looks. Next, I've got some onions, like so one onion, which I've just peeled and cut into half. Some more sticks of rosemary and some more garlic and some whole black pepper. That's it. As you can see, the oven light is off, which means it's preheated, so the tray can go in now. So I'm gonna set the timer at around 35 minutes. That should be good enough for the chicken to cook through. Alright, set. So it's around 25 minutes on the timer, 10 minutes left. Let's take it out once to see how it looks like. It's very hot. chicken is getting brown. See, there's a lot of liquid which has come out of the chicken. So in the next 10 minutes I'm assuming that will dry up. Okay, finally it's out of the oven. So it's been 35 minutes. Looks good. So I'm thinking of pairing this up with some beans, carrots and maybe a mash. I'll show you the final output. So yeah, this is a finished dish. My not so great chicken, served with a bit of salad and mash on the side. Enjoy.